And of course, we're dealing with military-grade technology. You know, we were talking about the tinfoil hat. That really isn't.
We can also utilize these interventional technologies in those ways that may able to directly affect the brain. Probably the one that you've heard about most recently, most contemporaneously in the literature, is the possibility to use some form of directed energy to affect physiology peripherally. And
directed energy weapons that target the physiology of the brain, the gray matter, the neurons and the like. And so, you know, we've been talking about shielding. A tinfoil hat is just, you know, a rough description of what that shielding could look like, but it's mocked because they don't want you to use it. Oh, you're going to wear a bulletproof vest? Look how, you know, ugly that is. That's so gay. It's paranoia, right? Oh, he's going to wear a bulletproof vest to work, you know. And so they'll make fun of you. But essentially, this is the battlefield. This is exactly why you need to wear some type of helmet, because you won't even know why, and all of a sudden you got a headache, it's a stroke, it's over. They just hit you with some kind of satellite weapon. A lot of people are like, oh, satellites don't exist. And that's another argument altogether. You know, it could be a plane, it could be a weather balloon, but there's definitely attacks coming from above. And wearing an EMF helmet is going to become basically a prerequisite, especially if you're anti-government. If you don't want to be a slave to this beast system, then essentially you're going to have to protect yourself. It's a war. It's a cold war because citizens haven't made it a civil war. But it'll stay a cold war. They can kill people all day with satellite weapons, airplane weapons, cell towers, smart dust, right? And these attacks are coming from all directions. You don't even know what's attacking you anymore. They can mount this stuff on cars. They can be tailgating you. And so you have to make EMF, covert EMF protection. It's a covert war. Everybody's like Jason Bourne out there now. The deep state's coming after you, whether you like it or not. And it's too late now. If you've ever been on, you know, a website like InfoWars or posting anything on Facebook, you're already on that red list. Don't even think that you can comply now. They'll never believe it. You think people like that are going to believe you now? So you might as well start investing in shielding. And a helmet is a prerequisite. We recommend, you know, taking a baseball cap and essentially making a skull cap out of whatever materials you can find, but probably 20 layers or so of thick aluminum foil works best, molded into a skull cap. But they can still, you know, hit you in the temple, hit you from behind. It's a nuisance, to say the least. But they also attack the heart. We've been talking about the heart palpitations. These are coming from cell towers and other means. And it's probably a cocktail effect of spike protein from the vaccinated, as well as EMP bursts from the cell towers. But it's a war for hearts and minds. They're going to attack people's hearts and minds. They're going to give people heart attacks and strokes. Make it look like natural causes so that there's no attribution, as they like to put it. Right? No smoking gun, no proof, no evidence, no 911 to call. Nobody can hear you scream. Total nightmare. And so you're also going to have to invest in personal EMF armor and, in fact, make a safe room at home. And, you know, you'll probably want to make it your bedroom because these people like to cook you while you sleep. Attacks are even coming from underground. They can rainbow ELF from one point on the ground to another. Attacks will come from underground. You'll even have to shield under your bed. We recommend sheet metal or Faraday shielding. Using aluminum foil to turn your safe room into a box doesn't work well. Creates a negative feedback loop, turns it into a microwave oven, if you will. So you're going to want to experiment with different types of shielding, but sheet metal and tight metal mesh works best, but sometimes, depending on your level of importance or activism, you're going to need multiple layers of shielding. And so these people love to give activists heart attacks and strokes and make it look like natural causes, or irradiate them and essentially make it look like COVID. That's another strategy that they've rolled out. They've also deployed some type of airborne Alzheimer's